Okay, let's get all ready. Move the mic about and be closer. Hello, hello. Excellent.
Hello.
You know what? I'm wondering if people picture us in a certain way, like with a certain look. I know we've got the banner at the top, but I don't know if they realise just how much effort we put in.
I thought you were going to say how good looking we are.
Well, apart from the good looks, I'm talking about the appearance and the effort we put in for the podcast. Even though nobody's watching, we still put in such an amazing effort. For example, as you can see, I've got a beautiful waistcoat and some sort of beige pants, and I've got a caftan, whatever that is, a sort of jaunty beret just to add a little flair. A little bit of mascara. I like a little bit of that. And the black nails.
I like the eyeliner you have.
The eyeliner I love. I'm used to that because I've been in the theatre, darling, before.
And what do you like what I'm wearing?
Well, I'm a guy, so I can't describe what I'm seeing, unfortunately. Maybe you could.
Oh, you're putting it back on me. I was just going to, okay.
It seems very, it's like, I'd call it formal 20s. Is that completely wrong?
No, that is exactly what and that's something, I'm wearing I don't even know the 20s, but I'm going to say the headpiece. Isn't there some headpiece thing that people wear?
Well, you're wearing it, so you should know. What is it?
I don't know what it's called. I just wear it.
Yeah, well, look, it's one of them, the feathers. I adore the feathers. I think that works really well. Yeah. Can you do the Charleston? Can you try a bit now?
Absolutely not. I cannot dance, and I will not dance. You cannot make me, ever.
Well, you can't wear that next time then.
Unless I was drunk. Then I'll dance. I would do it then.
Oh, let's get on with it.
Start. You do the song.
Well, yes, and here's the song. The song's now trailing off.
Okay, but then what are you going to say? Because I want to actually bring up as to why I don't get to sing. So can I say that first? Would I say that first then before you talk?
No, sure, go.
No, what are you about to say?
No, please. If there's no vocals on the intro. Were you wanting to add some vocals to it?
Sorry, I thought that was. Oh no, that's for. Can I sing?
Oh my god. Well, if you want to,
I'm not very good, but I do want to sing.
Well, first, what I would love is some acknowledgement that I actually composed that intro.
Okay.
Which probably people don't really know that's what's happened.
You know what? I don't actually care about the time or effort you've put in either, because I don't like music. So isn't that terrible? Yes. Thank you so much for doing that. That's I do blank out on the music side of it. But thank you so much for putting. How long did it take for you to put it together?
It took a couple of hours.
Wow.
I wanted that adult contemporary feel, a nice calming lead in that was also very much podcasty in sound.
Yeah.
Nothing weird or strangey. Just calming. A nice calming way of entering into a new podcast.
Okay.
Now, speaking of,
yes,
we are published podcasters.
Celebrities, basically.
Essentially, when it comes down to it, we've.
Have you been recognised yet?
Oh yeah, absolutely. With a rocket, it's my voice that they recognise. Of course, they haven't seen Caftan Dan yet, but
they just hear the voice and they turn.
They turn around and go, "That sultry voice." Now I've heard that somewhere. Where is it? Oh, that's right. I believe, and I looked at. I got an email about this. We are number 21 on the Apple charts of the parenting podcasts.
Are we?
Yes.
But this isn't a parenting podcast.
Well, I think one of the tags I put in there was parenting, just because we are parents.
Oh, okay, no, that's great. Tag away.
Okay, so that's what I did. Well, we've got Facebook pages, we've got Instagram-y things. We're starting to put a lot of content on there. You've been putting a lot of content.
Oh yeah, a little bit, yeah.
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 And I think for a beginning, it's been pretty nice.
Yes, I think it has been we have 31 followers on Facebook.
We haven't told anyone yet, that's why. We haven't actually gone to any effort yet.
Well, actually, I put it on my personal Facebook page.
You did, yes.
Did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh. But you don't really have many friends on your Facebook page, do you? So.
I've removed so many of them.
Yes.
I did a massive culling because I've gone through so many different interests that I had a lot of mobile photography friends and things like that, and I just don't do that anymore. So I culled them all.
I block them all, and it's not it's nothing. If anyone is listening who I have blocked, it's not personal. I just don't feel like. I just have certain people at certain times.
Okay.
And then I'll unblock them. I don't know. I can't describe it. I don't dislike the people in the slightest bit, but I just need to not see them.
Or for them not to see you.
Yeah, that's what it is. For them not to see me. It's nothing about them. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. I just took my headphones off and I didn't like it, so I'm putting them back on again.
Okay.
Now, is there anything else you want to talk about regarding our socials? I just say we'd love people to,
follow us and also
us.
to recommend to your friends. I have a friend who put it on her Insta yesterday, which was really kind of her to... Did you see that?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay. That was really nice.
Oh,
She's
it
put it out
actually
in the
did.
world.
Yes. That's right.
That was really nice. And so, I've received some really nice feedback verbally and I guess by messages. I guess people who can relate. It's just interesting to see the different feedback from, I guess, autistics or other people with neurodiverse people compared to neurotypical people. What the different feedback is.
I think that's the thing is that we've just sort of, it's been family and friends and things like that, but we haven't actually gone out of our way yet to contact other places.
True.
The only person I've contacted so far is Neurodivergent Rebel. I really love her Facebook page and she does a lot of Facebook Live stuff. She's got a website and she, I don't know a great deal more about her other than that I just really enjoy her Facebook feed a lot. So I did send a message out to her and I found it very uncomfortable doing that.
Ah, right. Because also Dan and I, we were talking about. I said so when someone gives you good feedback, ask them what they liked about it, and you said you don't feel comfortable with asking someone what they liked about it.
No way.
I don't understand.
No, it maybe comes down to my issues with in performing. When I've gone and performed my songs, all I hear. Or don't, it's what I don't hear most of the time. It's like, oh, I didn't get their reaction. I didn't get anyone coming up to me and saying particular things. So I just took it as they hated it.
So can you just tell me how you want me to look and what you want me to say and I'll do it afterwards?
Is that what I just said?
Well, not really, but that's what I'll do because then you'll be happy.
Well, it's like I don't want good feedback either. I find that uncomfortable.
This is interesting, right? Because if I'm doing a wedding and the couple want it to be funny, right? I say to the bridal party beforehand, when I say things that are funny, I need you to laugh, right? And then you know what? They all laugh, and then everyone laughs. So you've got to tell people what you want.
Okay, so before I perform, I'm going to demand. I'm going to demand a lot of applause.
No, not for everyone, but tell me a couple of key people. I will pass it around. I will give everyone the word.
Right, so there'll just be a bravo sort of.
You know what? You will feel amazing.
That works. That's worked in a lot of American movies. I noticed they do that sort of stuff.
We'll
All right, let's do that next time I bother to do it.
Yeah.
Now, one other thing I like is late night shows. Jimmy Fallon's and all the other Jimmys that are out there and whoever else there is. And I always love the musical guys that are there and the little segments that they do.
Yes, I do too.
And I thought, bugger it, look, we should start some segments of our own.
Yeah.
And we've done one. We've got one now.
Okay.
Should I play the song which you don't care about?
Play the song. Go.
Here we go.
Autistic moments.
What now? Oh shit! Moments.
Okay.
Yep.
So
There we go.
I have nice song. Good. One question is that why can't I sing? Because I actually really want to sing.
Well, we're going to have lots. I'm sure we'll do more segments. So yes, next time I'll ask. I thought I wasn't allowed to because last time I said, and you were intoxicated and you still didn't want to sing. So
Wait,
sure.
When was that?
That was it was a few years ago. But I did say I was trying to request you to sing and you wouldn't do it.
I couldn't have been intoxicated. I sing. It's all the time. I sing.
I've never heard you sing once.
You asked me to sing once when I came over for babysitting duties, and obviously I hadn't had anything to drink. And I've thought about that. That was about 8 years ago, and I still think about it now. And I sometimes sing for you at home. And I think this is what I would sing to Dan if he asked me to sing now.
Oh, well, for me, I sing constantly, and I'm now getting charged $1 by my son every time I do it because most of the things people say, there's usually a song associated to it, and I know them. So I just got in trouble literally 15 minutes ago doing the same thing to him. So he thought he'd get me with a birdhouse. He thought I'd never have a song for that. And of course, being a little birdhouse in your soul, there's always a song. Wind chimes, I found a Beach Boys song for that. So it's driving him mad and it's costing me a fortune. So I need to stop. So anyway, on to Autistic Moments.
Yes.
This is going to be a little segment where I don't know, tell a little funny story about where we get to the end of it and go, oh my God, that was so freaking autistic of me.
Yes. Yeah, okay. Well, I have one.
Go on. Go.
Okay. So I can't remember if I've said this on here, but I have a lot of, I guess, anxiety around not so much, maybe a greeting and a goodbye. So if I know I'm seeing somebody, say tomorrow, I think about, is that going to be a hug, a kiss, a wave, or just hi? And it's a lot better now since COVID. That's the best thing for me that's come out. It is the best thing that has come out since COVID, is that I don't have to touch anyone and I don't have to think about it so much. There are still some people who are now wanting to bring it back in and I don't want to be touched. So, so it's kind of, so when my in-laws come over, it's always been a thing where I'm like, what do I do? With my husband's mum, that's all fine. Like, I don't know why, but like with the dad, I don't know why it's awkward for me. I don't know why. It just is with men in general, because like you and I don't think we've ever kissed each other, Dan, either.
No, you demanded a hug on my birthday.
Yes, that was because I was taking control of the situation. I had to say that so that we knew what was about to happen.
I had no control over my birthday.
You were getting touched by lots of different people?
Well, yes, and the whole point of doing the birthday in the first place, I had no involvement in.
Right. So you just had to be there and do what...
I just took it.
Okay. Well, now back to me. But anyway, my story. So so they're over, and then at the end of it, like, I guess my father-in-law looked at me and I was thinking, I think he might want one. I think he might want a hug or a kiss.
Oh, thank you for clarifying that.
I don't know what he wants. But anyway, so he was coming towards me. And
this is getting worse.
No. And then I thought, it's going to be a kiss. So I started to go for the kiss. But then I thought, no, I don't think that's what he's doing here. I think he's going for the hug. So then I moved my head around to the side, but then he was going for the kiss and he kissed the side of my neck, right? That was really mortifying, as you would imagine. But then I'm like, and I went in to go again, right? And then I did the same thing again. I was like, I think he's now going for the hug this time because he made the mistake last time. And so I moved my head to the side and then he kissed the other side of my neck. God. And then I said bye, and then I just shut the door and they walked out. And since then, that was probably about, I think it was maybe 4 years ago, something like that. I have never kissed, hugged. I just, when they come over, I'm so awkward. I just go to the bathroom or something when they leave, or I go to walk out with them. And I go, it's a bit cold out here, I better go inside. And so I go inside and then just leave it for my husband. And that is obviously that's my autistic moment. But that's the thing for me that is most, it's just not knowing whether we're going to, how we're going to greet. But if beforehand people said to me, can't wait to give you a hug when I see you, that's what your wife does. She says that to me.
She always did.
She always did say that for you too?
When she's not from a hugging family. And so when she met my family, they are incredibly huggy. And she used to actually walk up to them and say, I'm going to give you a hug now.
That's what she says to me, and I feel so good.
Yeah, and everyone in my family looked at her strangely, like, why are you...
telling me.
Why are you informing me? But that's what she does. Jenny likes to narrate everything, so she even narrates a hug.
But I like it. I need that story for me. It's good.
Well, that autistic moment was interesting. And the one thing that popped into my head when you were explaining that was there wetness on the neck. Oh.
Yes, there was wetness on the neck on both sides.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in the same. I've been trying to do the the Spock thing I'm showing you. People will know the Spock thing.
Yes.
I've been trying to do that when even strangers and even the people at work. I'm starting to do that, and only half the people know what I'm doing, which is sort of failing.
Yeah.
But I agree. COVID's been an opportunity to put a swift end to all this gross touching. Yes,
it did. But can't you see people are trying to go back? But yes, well, that's exactly right. And then we're going to get into the work thing, right? We're talking about work this segment, but I've got another story there to talk about as well, which has to do with it.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
But with these segments on the late shows, they don't just have the song at the start; they have it at the end. So I need to put that in now.
Oh, okay. Go.
Okay, here we go.
Autistic moments.
What now? Okay, now we can move on.
Now we can continue. Okay.
We were going to talk about beginning because we haven't even talked about what the podcast is about. We're 15 minutes in. We were supposed to be talking about work.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's just gone off on a tangent. All right, so maybe I'll talk about mine.
Talk about your work experience.
Okay. So I think part-time jobs before I had a full-time job were always just fine. It was when I started my professional career that I probably struggled in each corporate job that I held. I can think of different things. I guess everybody probably could, but I think our work experiences have probably been quite different. So I don't feel tired or exhausted from masking.
What?
Like I actually really I love masking. So my issues were just purely social. So no matter how hard I tried, like I always kind of, this is weird, scared is probably not the right word, but when people were working at their desk and I needed to go over and ask them something, I would come over to them or walk behind them and I'd stand there for a minute and they don't notice me. And so then I'll say something and then they would jump or yell, because they're so shocked that like they didn't see me coming. So then I would try other ways. It was just, especially, just the people in my team this was with. So it would be all the time and I'd be trying to walk in, making loud noises as I'm walking, or just like with my feet, or talking or humming or singing to myself. And then they would just look at me like I was weird doing that. And I'm like, well...
Here we go. This is the perfect opportunity for you to have your first performance of singing, because I want to see what this is like. Let's pretend I'm the guy at the desk, and you got to walk up behind me and do what you do. Hang on, I'm just going to move the mic.
What do I do?
I want you to pretend we're at an office right now, and you're walking over to ask a question. So I want to hear what you do.
Oh, you see what? Okay, I'll do it.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just going to be. No, I can't see you because I'm facing my computer.
Okay,
I want
you need to talk.
You're going to make a sound. I want to hear the sound.
Oh, you want that? Okay.
Yeah, here we go. Go. Was that it?
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. To get their attention.
You sounded like Jerry Lewis. Good God. Oh my God. I know. I have similar issues, but I don't do that. I tend to try and get in front of the person and stand there staring at them strangely. So if I even have to, if
the desk is facing the window?
Then I'll try and work my way around to the side at a distance and just stand there and wait, or make little noises, click and
Like what? Yeah, it's not any better.
My favourite is just to stand. If if the opportunity is there, I stand there and just stare at them until they look up at me. That's what I prefer.
You know what we could do is you just walk over, pretend you're picking up a couple of files from the side of their desk or something. You're picking something up. Or you can pick up a pen and go, "Oh, that's a great pen," and then ask them the question.
Sure. Don't pick their nose. You can pick everything else. I do that to people I meet on the street too. If I know them, that is.
You pick their nose.
No, I don't pick their nose. I try to pickpocket them.
Oh.
And because I love seeing that angry look on their face when they turn around.
I hope that you would always get the right person.
To be honest, I probably wouldn't care. I'd still laugh.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I've got. There was a time when I started a new job, and it was like my induction, and it was with just one-on-one with someone else who was going to tell me about their team. And so I was sitting there thinking, I'm going to work on my eye contact. I'm going to give them lots of eye contact. So I did do that, and I thought I did pretty well. And it wasn't until I think it was weeks later that I found out from one of his friends who was in my team that he thought I was staring at him in a really creepy way. And it was just mortifying for the rest of my time at that work, that he would think, like, I was like, does he think I'm attracted to him? Or what does he think I was wanting to do? I don't know. It obviously looked very unnatural. And then also, the other main thing would be at one work, I just hated saying goodbye. And I knew that I'd been there for like 2 years, and so it was Christmas, and I didn't want to hug and kiss the other 5 people in my team. I don't want to hug and kiss them, and they all did that. And so on Christmas Eve, I just left and snuck out and just didn't say goodbye to anybody, and I didn't think anything of it. And then when I got back in January, like I got taken into the office and, spoken to about why I didn't say goodbye to the rest of the team.
That should be the second part to our title, Late to the Party. It should be Late to the Party, Earliest to Leave. Because it's the same thing. I love sneaking out without having to go through that whole horrible rigmarole. And I just took it down as some sort of affectation I had, a funny affectation to say, where's Dan gone? But of course now I understand. I just didn't want to say the goodbyes.
No, but I do that with weddings, because at the end of the wedding, and I might tell the couple beforehand, I say, at the end of the wedding, I'm not going to come over and say goodbye because you're busy, you've got to take your photos, and being congratulated by your friends and family. So I will just leave after the ceremony and I'll email you in a couple of days, right? And so then some people say, no, come over and say goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really, well, if they say that, then I know I'm comfortable to do that. But otherwise, I'm happy just to slip away.
Well, you said before in the first podcast that the celebrant job really suits you.
Yes.
And
yes.
Why again?
Thank you. Well, it's probably, I guess I work my own hours. I guess I choose the couples that I want to marry.
How do you reject couples?
That's a good question. I just become unavailable because my best friend is getting married on that same date.
That
happens.
Okay.
I've got lots of best friends.
Right.
Yeah. It doesn't happen often. Like normally the people that choose me, they see my website, they see what sort of celebrant I am, and so that's what they want, and I want them. So that's how that works. Also, I guess I always have a script. Like an autistic person always has a script. Well, a celebrant has one, and it's right in front of me, and I'm reading from it. It's my booklet. So everything pretty much goes to plan, and if it doesn't go to that plan, I've thought about the contingency plans. What if this doesn't work? What to do? I've always got that in my mind. It's always those same contingency plans for every wedding. So I guess every first meeting I have is similar with every couple. I ask the same questions. Same with filling out the paperwork and the rehearsal, and of course also on the day. The words are different, but the process, it's just always the same. You get to meet other wedding suppliers, but really it's just a hi at a wedding, so it's quite superficial.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I do have friends in the industry, like good friends, but it's just, I don't have to get too close to anybody, and apart from writing the ceremony itself, all the paperwork is pretty much identical, so yeah.
It sounds like this was a bit of a stopgap towards your final resting place, which is the podcast, because it provides all that sort of skill set, doesn't it? You've got partially we script a little bit, and partially we don't. And part of your celebrant skills is to make sure it's impossible for people to know when you're reading and when you're not reading. That's
right. It's my masking, which I really enjoy doing.
And I am very good at doing the same reading from a script.
Oh,
as well.
Were you just reading then?
No, that was not at all.
Okay, well, what about you?
My work history is a bit all over the shop. I remember my first job being in a 7-Eleven, and I lasted a couple of days. And in those couple of days, I was working in the fridge area most of the time. Oh. And forgive me, but I would sometimes open up the drink bottles and take a sip and then close them up again. And put them back again, yeah.
Wow. I can't imagine you in a 7-Eleven.
No, I almost, part of the reason I started work there was because I felt so sorry for them because I've stolen so much stuff from them over the years.
We haven't talked about, maybe we need a whole episode on stealing.
Oh, it's amazing. I'll give you the quick one for how to steal in 7-Eleven. What you do is you go and get your Slurpee cup, and then you wander around, you fill the Slurpee cup full of lollies and whatever you want, and then you go over to the Slurpee machine and just fill it in after that.
Do you still do this? Have you been teaching your son?
No. And then it's only $1, you see.
Yeah.
So that's how I managed to get a lot of lollies in the days back in the 80s. I don't do it now.
You would have been ahead of your time. I think they would be onto it now.
We were revolutionary. We even had one of our mates had a gigantic jacket, and we used to one guy would be at the desk keeping the person at the front desk occupied, while three of us were shoving lollies in every orifice of his jacket, particularly, let me specify jacket. And he would just be walking out like the Michelin Man. And this woman, she had very thick glasses, and she never knew. I'm really giving away too much here.
Well, I need to say though, I think my grandmother trumps all of this. It was Christmas time. She actually stole a leg of lamb from Safeway, and you know what it's about? It's about having confidence. She walked out, she looked at them in the eye with this big leg of lamb under her arm, and she just walked straight out and smiled, and they didn't say anything.
God.
It's about confidence.
She should have flung it over her shoulder. Yes. Even more. Now, where was I? Okay, 7-Eleven. That was when I was young. That was only a couple of days. I worked one day at a paper delivery thing, and that was too hard, so I stopped that the second day. After I left school, I ended up actually, I think I've mentioned before, going into disabilities, and I worked, oh my God, a lot of different positions within there. Most of it was like part-time or casual, working with the aged, working with the disabled. I worked at paraplegic quadriplegic centres and what was then the Spastic Society, lots of people at home, cleaning. So I did a whole lot of that through 10 years to get
Did
through
you do
uni.
well?
I was really good at it. Yeah, really, really good at it. I think, again, I say I worked with a lot of autistic kids and I was the one person they all wanted to show up at their home.
So why did you leave that?
I hurt my back with a bad lift and the pay was so unbelievably atrocious that I could have got paid better at McDonald's. And that was just...
Or 7-Eleven even.
I was working 7 days a week and earning what someone would work in a 9-to-5 job.
Yes.
And I had no life. I was up 6 a.m. to go and do help assistance with showering and that sort of stuff. I'd go to uni. Amongst uni, I would then go off and clean some houses. And then at the night, I'd be babysitting up until 12, 1 in the morning, then do it all over again the next day. And it was shocking pay. So I looked at I asked myself, what's the complete opposite of this? And I thought, IT is the opposite of this. So I went and did a diploma in information systems, ended up getting a job at a call centre, which I actually kind of enjoyed. I enjoyed being the person who took all the nasty calls, the complaints. I loved
Did you?
that.
I would hate that.
Oh, it was great.
Wait, do you mean because you could turn them around? Because
I
I would
did.
just want to hang up on them. I'd be scared.
Oh, I totally turned them around. I was incredibly supportive. I stayed on the call with them, and I had some doozies, like people who were shrieking, absolutely shrieking. But most of them I resolved, and I loved it. But then I got a job into another testing area through that work as a subject matter expert, and I did that for another 17 years. 17 years of doing a job I hated. I disliked it, never liked it, but it paid really well.
Yeah.
And if I had my time over again, I would have left a long time before I did.
Really?
But it was a means to an end and got to us to where we are now. What did I do then?
Well, hold on. Some people would say a lot of people are in jobs that
Yes.
they don't love.
It's awful. I feel like we, as a culture, need to do something about that to enable people to find what they're good at and give them the opportunities to seek employment that's also their passion as well. That would have been lovely to have done.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
The stuff I do now, which is sort of admin, does suit me because I like the organising files and I like a bit of repetition and things like that. But the catalyst for me for getting out of what I was doing was they moved me into another area, and the team was all either India-based or from India, and they were a very tight-knit group. And they gave me tasks which were completely unclear. They were missing a whole lot of details. They left me on my own to try and figure things out, and then gave me the name of a guy in India to talk to get knowledge transfer, who would then never be available. And over a couple of weeks, I found myself confronted by real anxiety, an anxiety which I'd never experienced before. As I told you before, I used to have thousands of tiny ones. This got to the point where...
Tiny what?
Anxieties, little tiny anxieties.
Attacks.
Well, not even attacks. They were just tiny little anxieties, little, we're going to be 2 minutes late. Oh, what's going on here? Do I need to put the window down or put the window up? What if the dogs need a little bit of air? Do I need a bit of air? Is it going to wreck my hair? That sort of stuff.
Your beard.
My beard. What about my beautiful beard? And so I remember the one moment I was in the train and I was feeling the back of my neck because I was totally stressed out, and I felt a lump, and my immediate thought was, oh, that might be cancer.
Yeah.
That's good.
I wouldn't have to go to work anymore.
Exactly. And that's when I went, oh, shit, that's not good. I went straight into the office and I said, I can't do this work anymore. I'm leaving.
But you know what? That's what happened to me when I was at work, and then I felt a bump in my stomach, and I was pregnant, and I actually thought I thought the same thing. I was like, actually, that was actually reason why I wanted to have the baby in the first place, just to get away from that. Anyway, now you continue.
Okay, so is this something you told your child on their birthday, or you're just going to wait till the 21st?
He doesn't know yet, but I should. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I tell my youngest, that he's my spare, and I've told him to be very careful at the moment because my other one is overseas in London, And just in case, I want to make sure that my spare's looking after himself.
Oh, you say that to him?
That's what I say
Does
to
he
him.
think that's funny?
He does, thankfully. Yes. So that was me. There's been a couple of occasions since where I've just promised myself, and I think this is the crux of what we're talking about here within work situations. And we've talked enough about how anxiety plays a big role for, I think, particularly autistic people in the workplace. I've promised myself I would never put myself in that position again. There's been a couple of
You sound
occasions.
like Scarlett O'Hara.
What do you mean?
Have you watched?
It's
very problematic, but because she's there, I will never be hungry again at the end when she's on her land, Tara.
Oh, well, that's why I will never be anxious again.
Yeah.
And frankly, my dear, I could give it down.
Yeah. You should actually watch it. It's
have.
so inappropriate now.
I have.
Oh, you have?
I've got it. You know those double-sided DVDs?
Yes.
Okay, so I put it in and I watched it and I thought that was a fabulous movie. And then I took it out and I realised I watched the second half.
That is great. But you know what? Peter Hellier does a podcast, and he gets a different celebrity each time, and they go through. I listened to the one with Rove McManus, and that was on Gone with the Wind, and they just go through it. It was like a 2-hour episode, and they just talk about how like this was so racist, or this was this, and they just talk about every part of the movie. But they have to watch a movie that they haven't seen before.
Oh, okay, that's
I forget
pretty
what
awesome.
it's called, but I'm sure you'll put it in the show notes.
Oh God, there always bloody more work or more links to put in.
But it's such a great show podcast.
Okay, send me the link. So, what was I talking about?
Sorry,
That's right.
yeah.
Promise myself never to have those massive anxiety attacks again. There's been a couple of occasions at the job I'm at now where they've moved me into other teams because someone's left, and because I'm competent at what I do, they think, oh, Dan will do it. And this time I stood up for myself and said, look, just because I can do this doesn't mean it's good for me and that I should. And I wanted to quote something because I thought it was really good. Juhi Agrawal at Juhi, well, let me just spell it, at Juheemed. They said, in a training session, a doctor said, just because your patients are resilient doesn't mean they aren't suffering. This concept of coexistence struck me. Resilience is often out of necessity and doesn't mean someone is okay.
Well, yeah. So and when you said that, did that feel empowering?
Yes, absolutely.
And how did they take it?
Really, really well. I still had to do it, but I felt good about it, and it made them second guess next time and I've noticed that they've given some work to another person for a change. So I think it's finally sunk in that I'm going to arc up about it, and maybe they just don't want to have to listen to me yabber on about it next time.
Okay.
So that's to me, resilience building is a really important part of getting to working into a job situation where you're dealing with a lot of, what are we going to call non-neurodivergent? I keep saying norms, and it's really not appropriate.
Oh no, just neurotypical.
Yeah, isn't there another term I've heard? Something like all
abilities.
Oh, there's another. Oh, I'll have to find it.
Oh, you don't like neurotypical?
Can we say muggles?
Yes. Where have I heard that before? That's on like that Harry Potter thing.
Oh, for God's sakes. Oh. How can you be autistic and not obsess over that? Well, you can now because she's a...
I think, you know why? Because there's too many words that are just describing words. And I'm sick of hearing all those describing words. There's too much... Get to the point. That's what I felt. I started to look at the book and I'm like, this is a lot of pages of just describing.
Oh, God, then don't read Lord of the Rings.
No, I have tried. I can't.
Oh, my God. Now, there is an article that I did provide.
Thank you.
And it's related to, particularly, I think, on the hiring side of how to get a job as an autistic person and what are the responsibilities of the employees as well. Yes, it will be in the show notes. It's called Hiring Neurodiverse Talent, Hits, Surprising Misses and Why It Matters. But I wanted to just highlight a few points in the article that I think are relevant to what we're talking about. What they said was the employers emphasise heavily on social attributes, which we know, even within skills context. So, are you a people person, that kind of stuff. But focus on this and you can quickly turn into a vehicle to exclude, excuse, oppress, marginalise and minoritise otherwise talented employees, i.e. you and me. there has been a push lately to strengthen diversity. I mean, there's a lot of talk about diversity and equity and inclusion. But are you actually seeing any of this?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah.
Oh.
In reality, do you think there's actually practical things that are being done?
My only experience from this really is you and how you went for a job and you told them. Did you hear back about that job?
I did.
What did they say? Because you emailed them, didn't you? Last time we were on the podcast, but you emailed them and said, what happened?
He never got back to me, and I finally got a call, and from one of the people who interviewed me, and I said, "Oh, sorry, I just assumed I hadn't got it because I haven't been contacted in a couple of weeks," and she got a little annoyed. She got a little miffed in her tone,
Right.
and so no, this is pretty standard. There's a lot of people that need to go through a process, and I said, "Oh, that I totally understand that. However, I was told I was going to be contacted a week before this, so that's what I heard, and that's what I based it on. So I just assumed."
Well, but see, I would agree, right? So even if someone emails me, I would write back and say, we'll get back to you soon, or something like that, right? But then I could say that and you might agree with me. But however, if I text you, you often don't reply. Okay, so you're doing the same thing but in a text version.
It depends which phone you text.
Okay, well, you have to tell me the right phone.
Yeah.
The bat phone.
But yes, that's true. I'm terrible. I'm
Yes.
really, really bad at it because I also sometimes I've seen you've posted the same thing to my wife,
Yes, I do.
and so I just, as is my want, I just let her answer for me.
So it doesn't make you feel, oh, Bianca is a bit disappointed here. No,
I do, a very small part of me, but then I just
you forget.
get on with life and think, oh yeah, I'll respond in the next day or two.
No, I don't care, right? Because I know that's what you're like, right? So, but then you can't expect other people to continue the communication if you're not going to reply to them.
No, absolutely.
But I
not.
will because I know.
Well, I really, really get communicated with. That's the honest truth. That's why I don't even look at my phone anymore. I have a work phone and I have a personal phone, and
Yeah.
I think people have learned now not to bother contacting me.
No, what you need to do is do a calendar reminder once a week and say, and it just says, bing, contact a friend, text, and then no, honestly, that's what you need to do as an autistic person, and contact someone. Go, who will I do today? That person, and then you do that.
I probably should set it because I do that in my head, and then I just go, I immediately push that aside and go, oh, that's something for later.
But it's so easy just to put the pressure phone and say reminder, blah blah blah. Yeah.
It is something I will be discussing with my psychologist over the next
I thought you
session.
could say with my wife to organise for me.
Yeah, she can set that up for me.
Yes,
that's fine.
that's right.
She'll tell me when to call. Maybe she'll just do it for me.
Yeah.
Daniel says.
And then where were we there? Okay,
Well-
so you asked me a question. I deflected because I wasn't really listening to what you were saying.
No.
So, but I did that well though, don't you think? That's what I do really well is I then turn it a different way so that when
Take
I'm
it,
not
you turn it.
listening. Yeah. So,
Well, I got a question for you then that's loosely related to that.
Okay.
Because it was something that interested me when I was reading the article.
okay.
And that is, do you think that thinking of me not getting that particular job and the fact that I outwardly said I'm autistic but I don't look disabled, do you think if you don't look disabled that employees might want to choose someone who does rather than doesn't, because then they won't get the kudos that they've hired someone who's disabled?
That's very true. But you know what? If you tattooed "I am autistic" on your forehead, that would work.
Or just I was thinking a speaker on my t-shirt that I could press a button that just goes
Autistic.
autistic.
Yeah, but then no, because it needs to be visual so people can see it without even talking to you.
tattoo.
Now, that's actually a really good point. But also, when we look at talk about jobs and jobs for autistic people, people will think, or like I've Googled it, and it's like, oh yeah, we have that, and it's like packing in a factory or maybe pushing trolleys, or
Yes.
it's those jobs. Oh, we let them come and plant pot plants, pot plants or plant pots, whatever it is,
Yep.
those things, and that's fine. But then you don't see it for them. I guess I've heard things with Microsoft and what they do. You know, I think Microsoft likes to employ autistic people. I think I've heard that.
And Google. There was another article I saw about that about Google. Yeah.
Yeah, things like that. Like but that's on both ends of the spectrum. I guess both ends. Like, what about the middle people like you
Exactly.
and me?
That's a thing, and I think that's where it's employers are failing because they're not. I think they do want to be seen and for it to be obvious that even now for the new I don't know what the terminology is for NBN is, and I apologise that I can't remember his name, but it's a gentleman in a wheelchair, and I'm sorry. Part of me did think, visual. Oh. He's an incredibly competent man. He deserves the job. But it did make me think about, okay, what about as we're talking about this middle ground of people who don't necessarily look.
Yes.
And the same thing, I hear a lot of this sort of stuff in the trans community as well, where a trans person who's physically attractive, who, just appears, it looks attractive, is sort of welcomed more than someone who may not look as female as they're claiming to be. Things like that. I think that's, again, we go back to that middle ground that gets missed out, and I think that's where there's opportunity.
Well, that's very true. Like, our friend who has a son with cerebral palsy, she said to me he's asked to do he's on in every school newsletter. He's, the poster child. He's in all the things because he looks like he has a disability. Mm-hmm. So for all the things, if he's, playing soccer, he's the kid on the front of the newsletter for soccer.
Yes.
All those things. So that's actually really interesting. And
they're all so sweet. They're all so sweet as well. That I hate that as well. I worked with lots of, as I've said, 10 years. Some people are assholes. It doesn't matter what disability they have.
Yeah.
If you're an asshole, you're an asshole. And there were some people I did not like at all. And I hate this idea of just painting this brush of, they're going to be a sweetie, or aren't they brave? No, they're not. They're not brave. This is all they know. It's ridiculous to assign a bravery to someone who's not acted brave other than just existing.
Are you brave?
I think I am brave in that I do work hard at self-assessing. That ever since I've been young, I've wanted to try and understand as many things about myself and as many true things as possible. And I have pushed myself to very uncomfortable positions to, not physically, although I did do yoga, to try and get to as much truth living as possible.
Me too, and you and I both, we're really trying to do the whole meditation and the hippie thing and all those things to try and find what is my truth.
Yes.
But then you totally missed a big thing, and me too, the autism.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And then you got to go, gosh, I've got to do all those things again with a different lens on.
Mm-hmm. But it's a better one, and that's what I mean. It's
and we can do it together.
And we can do it via the medium of a podcast.
Okay.
All right, let's move on quickly to the article here, because I wanted to read something from a guy who's the CEO of the Foundation for Life Guides for Autistic People. His name's J. David Hall. He has 3 autistic kids, but like me, he didn't actually consider himself autistic. Mm-hmm. This quote was just too good not to read out, so I'm going to read it out. The reason for my own formal diagnosis came as such a surprise is at the very heart of what is wrong with our current cultural understanding of neurodiversity, most predominantly seen in the workplace. As a professional in both the private and public sector, I'd invested decades in unknowingly masking my own neurology in order to fit into a workplace culture best suited for neurotypical persons.
Well, that's absolutely what I did my whole life, which was quite interesting. I was masking without realising, but then when I recently did a 3-month stint in a corporate sort of office, I went into it knowing I was going to mask. So although it did bring back some awkwardness, feeling uncomfortable, with the masking, I took control of that as a superpower, I guess. And I sort of went into it I put on this whole persona. So the boss, he had this idea that I was this extremely sort of maybe anal perfectionist and he thought my house was immaculate. And all these things he'd say, what's your kitchen like? Is it always clean? I'm like, yeah, it's so clean. And when my husband comes in, I was like, oh, he's left a knife there. I say, and I just really played it up.
Spoiler alert.
Don't. Are we going to tell people that it's not that clean? No, it's not clean, or no? What?
No comment.
Oh, okay, no comment. That's good. That's a good answer. So I played this up, and he just the whole time, and then when he didn't want to pay super and all those things, he knew I was so anal that he just did. He's like, I'm not even going to go there because she's all over it, because that's the role I portrayed. Oh, I guess, yeah. And so that's just, that's how I need to control it, I guess. That's how I do it.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So I guess it's a bit like when you have a dream and then you realise that you're dreaming, so you can control it.
Okay, well, given all the drugs you say you took when you were younger, it's good to know at least your dreams are lucid.
It's exactly right, Dan. Exactly. I also thought it was interesting how in the article it mentions the Google technical trainer Tim Goldstein.
Yes.
And how he says that he was diagnosed at 54 and prior to that he was just weird. And so how do you feel about that comment? I loved it.
I have cherished my weirdity all my life. I really have.
Yeah.
And
is weird the right word for you?
Yeah. And even as a family, we talk about all of us are being, except for Jen, she's always left out. Yeah. But we're all weirdies. We call ourselves the Autistics.
I don't like weirdos. Not like you as a weirdo. I don't like to be me. I'm not a weirdo. I'm quirky.
My CEO called me quirky, and I was really annoyed with that.
Ah.
Really, really annoyed.
Well, have you called him a name? Like, why call someone a name?
I know.
You say, well, you're just fat.
He was a lovely guy. Well, no, I love the idea of weirdness, and I do. I've owned that. I think back to when I was a teen, and I've still got all this stuff sitting under the house. My friend and I we were part of the Nonconformist Appreciation Society, and we've co-founded, and we had newsletters which we would write, and had a very small but prestige readership, which was really just us two. But
that's really interesting, because I created my own religion with my friend and I. Like, it was called the Bianca and we'll call them Penelope. The Bianca and Penelope religion.
So it didn't even have a name other than just you both.
That's an autistic thing, isn't it? Just it's very black and white. That's my name. That's her name. It's a religion.
Then why did I call my gold bike silver when I was a kid? I know the answer. Do you know why? It sounds like the opposite of what you're saying, but it's not. Because I'll tell you why. Because I loved the Lone Ranger, and the Lone Ranger's horse was silver, and I wanted to be the Lone Ranger, so I named my bike Silver.
And I can see you like pedaling your bike and with your eyes half closed and thinking, I'm on silver. Yeah?
Yeah, well, I was on something, I think, as a child. I wish I was on something.
Okay, now, sorry. I also want to make a point, though. I don't like articles. I don't like talking about articles. Like, when you're like, read the article, I read a little bit, the first part, and I'm like, blah, blah. And then I read like a sentence from each paragraph, and I can't do anymore. And then I try and see, are there any comments? Has anyone else commented on this so that I can just take on that comment? Because so are we going to do this every episode? Is it going to be like an article in every one?
I don't think it has to be. I think what I think is we need to bring third party until we have other people that we bring in to talk from an expertise level. I try to find experts who have commented about something we're talking about. So it's not just us talking shit about things that we may or may not know.
You just swore, and you told me you don't swear.
Oh, look.
You said the SH word.
I know there's another SH word coming up too in song form. Mm-hmm. Yep. We're getting close to the end of this podcast. I wanted to just quickly, before I get to that, is do a little conclusion just on the topic of this podcast.
Sorry, I go on a tangent. Sorry. Go.
I just want to think. This is what I wrote down. This is my ideas of what employers could do to help. And I'm only going to give you a few points because otherwise, the book I'm writing will, you have to pay for it.
You're writing a book? Or are you pretending? Is it a joke?
Well, I told you I want to get into this field where I'm actually providing support for people who are actually looking for employment opportunities. So I don't want to give away too much.
But I can help you with that, Dan. I don't know what I'd do. I could sing on the book.
We'll see. We'll do a segment about it.
Okay, go back. Go say what you want to say.
Okay, going forward, what can employers do? 1, alternative to traditional interview process. Just alternatives to having to do that. It just doesn't work for everyone. Allowing third-party supports to guide you through that whole interview process and also before and after the interviews. Remote work priorities as well, so allowing people to work from home. And also, which I thought was I was about to say I thought my thought was interesting. I thought what I thought was very interesting here, and I was quite impressed
You
with it.
should quote yourself.
I'm going to quote myself. In-house opportunity to recognise neurodiversity and financially support the diagnosis. Imagine that. Imagine your
Yeah.
employer has done some training, and maybe there's a recognition of a neurodiversity of some sort, and to then assist that employee with going through their process. Imagine
Yeah,
that.
But why should they?
Because they'll get better employees at the end of it.
Okay, you know what I was thinking, and it goes back a bit before, about, like, what do we do? Because you're going through we should have it that you go and you do a course, or you just do like a 7-Eleven job or whatever it is, and then when you're 30, that's when you have to choose the uni course that you do. And that's because then you know more what you love and what you do.
Absolutely. Yeah, youth is wasted on... What is it?
Youth is wasted
I
on
was
the
about
young.
to say, I was going to say youth is wasted on the youth. Well, it's true. It is.
But
They're idiots.
that's now you're officially an old person. Because remember when people used to say that? And you're like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I listen to awesome youthful music, and my daughter's friends will think I'm youthful. So
Do they?
So take that.
I think we should get them. We should be interested in get them to record something. Is actually, you think they think that of you?
They gave me a nickname,
What is it?
Razzle Dazzle, or the Dazzler.
I don't think my kids' friends think anything of me. No, they would think I'm probably a bit quirky and funny. I think they think I'm funny, but Ava would say, the little one would say, no, they don't think you're funny.
Not the neck kisser.
Gosh, I don't know, and hopefully they don't even listen. The in-laws don't listen to this podcast, because that would make it an extra element of awkwardness. But are you still concluding that bit, because I want to say something?
Go for it.
Okay, I have something for you, Dan. It's a bottle of gin.
Oh my God.
It's here. It's
What?
actually it's got alcohol in it. Do you want me to tell you the content?
Yes, please.
Is 41% volume. Is that?
Is it
normal?
double of what you would have given me before?
Well, no, but I'll tell you what it is. It's
an
called-
interest.
It's Melfi. It's an orange bottle. It's
Milfy?
Melfi.
What?
Not Melfi.
Okay.
It's actually, because I'm Italian, it is from Italy.
Ah,
I will hand it over to you right now, Dan.
io capisco un po' italiano.
There you go.
Oh, lovely. This is
What do you
gorgeous.
say when
It's
someone gives you a gift?
About time. Oh, sorry, I meant thank you very much. It looks very nice. Oh, blood orange is my absolute
I know
favourite kind
you
of
like
gin.
that. I know that.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. So I thought we'd put in the show notes maybe some just different
Gins.
we could put in different gins. They're just, I guess, some different job assistance for autistics, rather than talking about it, just to pop it in the show notes.
That's a good idea. We did, yeah. It's very broad. I think in the end, it's not necessarily there's certain jobs that are suitable. I think it's whatever works for you as an individual, and then you've got to work hard. You've still got to work hard with your employers to have a voice, and if not, try and seek support if you don't have one.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I got another segment to tie this whole thing up, and it's got nothing to do with the.
And it's
It's going to be every episode, because if not, I'm going to go insane, because I love sharing music and I never get to share it.
there's this one. Are you singing in this one?
I am singing in the little
Jingle
late nighty
thing?
jingle thing. Yes, I am.
Okay. I'm starting to get jealous. This is like the second song, isn't it? Without
It's
me
the second
singing.
song without you.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me play it now.
Okay.
Father Dan's Affetuoso.
Okay, so I'll explain this, and because I played this to my wife, and she said, "Why are you calling it Father Dan's Affetuoso? You're not a priest."
And this is where what you do sometimes, like you think it's funny. I'm not saying it's not funny, but you think you're funny because you're like 3 steps, I won't say ahead, but I'll say somewhere to the side or somewhere else. Okay? And no one else gets it.
In some multiverse, it's funny. Well, I had a blog back in the day where I called it Friday Affetuoso, and it was just I'd play a song for the week, for the blog or whatever. And so Affetuoso, you should know this because I believe it's Italian. It means with a sensitive and expressive grace, so as to arouse a sweet emotion.
Oh, that's why I didn't understand. Okay, because it was your accent. Regimoso. That's what it was.
Expressive grace. I'm not going to, that's awful. So each episode, I'm going to offer up a song for the listeners to enjoy. But because of copyright,
Torture.
We can only play a small snippet.
That's sad.
Yeah.
It's like, what, 9 seconds or something?
However, I will add a link in the notes and post it on Facebook as well. So,
And that would be great to see if we can see how many people actually link to that or if they don't actually care at all.
I'll just get a whole lot of people and I'll just keep logging in myself and playing it over and over again.
Great.
This music, though, is my desert island music. This is the music that I would take with me. I missed a station listening to this music because I was so entranced with it.
Wow.
It's in broad terms, it's Bulgarian women's folk music or folk choir music, and this is particularly the Bulgarian folk choir of the Philip Kutev School of Arts. I actually know the director. I've met through Facebook because I've contacted her and said how much I adore. Her school released this album, and I just think it's one of my most favourite albums of all time.
Does she speak English?
She does, yes. And there's also a good translation on the stuff. So when I see her posting on there, I just do the English translation and it does a decent job of it. So the song I picked was called Mandolay.
Mandolay.
I don't know how a Bulgarian talks, but anyway, I tried to look up the translation for it, and there was no perfect translation for that in Bulgarian. In fact, one of the results was my balls, but
That sounds like a good one.
doesn't really capture the beautiful music, does
You've
it?
got
So-
balls.
yeah, but it's not. They don't sing
Doesn't
like a
sound-
choir. They. I
Well,
wish
your
they
balls
chimed,
Your balls
but
don't sing in choir.
I asked. They said no.
Okay.
So they're my obsession, and I wanted to end with this beautiful music. Now you have listened to the song, although you were distracted and really weren't listening to it properly. But how would you
know
describe
what I was
it?
thinking? Well, no, I think that I like these things because it's not in English, so I don't have to think about the words.
Mm-hmm.
The words are not a distraction, so I can just listen to a voice, but actually not understand it, which works well for me because I like the sound of music, not the movie.
You know you like the sound of music.
I like the sound of music as well, but I like the sound of music too.
Okay. Well, let's quickly play a little snippet. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
You've got that out of you?
I've got it
Great.
my system for this week.
Perfect.
So as usual, be aware that sometimes when we post on the Facebook page the new episode's out, that it takes a couple of days for it to show up on the
Well, I think that you
Spotify's.
shouldn't do that because then they listen to it there and then they're not going to rate and review on the actual Spotify
Okay.
or Apple. So
So-
don't even give it them.
All right, we're not going to tell you until it's showing up on the Spotify. Spotify seems to be the most favourite, then Apple, and
Yeah.
the website as well.
But you know what actually we need, and I think I've worked out what my little jingle is it's my compliment time.
Oh, I didn't even think about this. I'm so
You
stupid.
don't need to think about it. You need to compliment me on today's
But I should have planned.
session. No, because it hadn't happened yet. So think about
Well,
what's
this is
gone.
easy, though. This is easy.
What have you liked about me today?
The fact that you gave me alcohol.
Oh, that's not about me.
Well, you thought very carefully, and
I
you
did.
even looked at blood orange. So
you want,
what that
you want
says
to
to me...
say is I appreciate how thoughtful
Yes.
you were. So say that.
Well, what I am
Say it.
assuming is you even asked my wife.
No,
No?
I
So
know.
how did you know I like blood
because
orange?
about 3 years ago, your friend, who is a graphic designer,
Yes.
gave you a bottle,
He did.
and it was a beautiful bottle, and it also was orange flavoured.
Right.
Isn't that right? Or did I make that up?
Blood orange. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
And
it
that
was.
is how, because I remember every single thing.
Okay.
So now think about the compliment. Look at me.
I can't because then the microphone. Well, it's actually probably better because then
Okay.
you won't have
Then
to
say it
listen.
and then look at me.
I appreciate the fact that, and I am amazed by the fact that you remembered something from 3 years ago when I can't remember everything from 3 minutes ago. And it looks amazing, and I'm going to enjoy it, particularly now Jen's not drinking at the moment, so I'm going to enjoy it even more. So thank you for having such good timing for providing gin when I get to drink it all myself.
That was lovely. How do you feel now? Are you tired, exhausted after that?
After this,
After complimenting me.
oh yes, it's I'm red-faced. I literally can feel my face has gone red.
Is that true? Did it make you feel weird in your tummy?
No, my face. It's gone. The blood is rushing to my Russian. The blood is Russian.
It's Italian.
My Russian blood has attacked my face, and I'm not particularly happy with the feeling.
Oh, I
don't
feel a
like
little bit of internal heat. It is uncomfortable, but the more we do this, we'll feel comfortable doing it.
I don't ever want to feel comfortable doing that.
Well, you get better at it, and then you can compliment other people too.
I don't want to.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Play the music.
Outro. Bye. See you next time.
Bye.